So here we are again. This is Death Just here from Hyel Yeh Gaming, and this is our second episode of Neverwinter. And we're continuing from where we left off last night, although I did actually have enough XP just after I logged on earlier to make sure that my character was in a safe place before I started the stream, and I ended up handing a quest in, so I'm now level 9. But let's get into the game. Let's get things rock and rolling. So yeah, so we're pretty much where we left off last night.
It's good to be out in the field.
Um, yeah, so I mentioned last night, you know, because my partner in crime on our channel here, Toki Sparks, asked me why I never went to mate, and for years we've both been of the like-minded dungeon crawl style adventure games, which you get rewards for, you know, hard work, hard labour, and Guild Wars 2, as good as it is, doesn't provide that level of excitement and reward for an achievement of actually doing something. It's got Guild Wars 2 has got a great um, player-led personal story, which you can't fault. It's amazing at what it does. Um, but for us, it just lacked that going into a dungeon, killing some bad guys, stealing their loot, looting their corpses, and finding a new weapon or a new piece of armour that I can slap straight on, and away I go. You know, and slowly, methodically, and carefully, as I progress through the gaming world, I can increase my equipment and my armour as I go, and there's always going to be something better that I can aim for, always something that I can focus on. This particular mob drops these particular types of loot, and there's always going to be something for your hard work. You're always going to get something, either from a quest NPC, which, you know, sometimes can be quite funny, some of the rewards that you get from quest NPCs. Um, and if you watch any videos on YouTube, like NPC Man, random NPC guy, they're really funny videos. You should watch them videos because they are just quintessential things that are wrong in RPGs, or things that happen in RPGs. Not necessarily wrong, but things that happen in RPGs that make no fucking sense. And yet, yeah, you know, funny. So, but it's that reward though. It's that MP says to you, you know, a traditional, and also if you are a fan of tabletop gaming like myself, um, when I was in high school, I used to play Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and Dungeons and Dragons, and also games like Cyberpunk and Cyber Generation and Rolemaster and War Master and Space Master, to name just sorry name dropping there, but just to name but a few games. And now, of course, now today we've got games like brand new games like Conan, which is pretty amazing system. If you want to have a look at some new tabletop games, Conan will be a good one to get into. That is quite an interesting system for tabletop gaming. And but I digress too much, so let's get back on track. The point is, though, it was the traditional dungeon crawl. You know, I remember when I was in high school doing tabletop games, and then when computers got advanced enough that they could do dungeon games, like dungeon crawl games, Dungeon Master came out. That was a great PC game. I think actually it came out on Commodore Amiga and Sinclair. ZX Spectrum, I think it was also as another one, and Commodore 64. And I think it also came out on other some brands, and eventually it came out on PC, revamped as a early to mid 90s game, Dungeon Master. And it's that dungeon crawl style game, going into a place, killing some bad guys, looting their chest, their quest reward chest, taking the broken crown of uh, Azeroth, or the broken crown of some obscure little backwater town in the middle of Nowhereton, and then taking it back to the NPC that gave you the quest to bring him this crown, the broken crown, only to find out that the actual NPC that you've given it to is in fact actually the king in disguise as a peasant. And thank you, noble hero, for bringing me the broken crown of backwater town ton in the middle of nowhere ton. Um, I will now reward you with a lordship and lands and tile. It's that aspect of the game we missed. And so we decided to get back into it. I decided to get back into it, and my friend Tokis, he said, "Yeah, you know what? Sod it, I'm gonna." Because we both had the similar mind when he asked me why. I said, Guild Wars does what it does really well, but it doesn't do the dungeon crawl aspect that I really missed. And yes, people will say, "Oh, yeah, but the fractals and there's raids," but it requires you to know the raid bosses. People won't take you on the raid target wings or whatever you want to call them unless you know the mechanics for those bosses. Um, you're blocked by nepotism and elitism. If you don't know what you're doing, no one's prepared to take the time to teach you. They expect that you've already done that yourself. Well, how can you learn if no one's prepared to take you through? So anyway. The dungeon crawl aspect is what uh, we had in mind, and the fact that you've got the typical NPC who gives you a quest and ends up being like the ruler of the land or somebody else, and you get a reward, you get something back for your hard labour. That's something you don't get in um, Guild Wars 2, and we're both fans of Guild Wars 2. Don't get us wrong, we're not slating Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 does brilliantly what it does. But for us, we just felt that it was missing that dungeon crawl aspect. So I started playing again last night, and he's decided to download it, check out his characters that he's got, and what level they're at. And I think he's going to be joining me on our journeys as we slowly make our way through Neverwinter once again. As we make our way through Neverwinter once again, but this time with different characters. So, welcome along for the ride if you're watching us. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you for joining us. And stay tuned, we do stream regularly on different games, PC platform, different games. And we've decided that we're going to give this another go because it's been 6 years since we played last, going up to 7 years since we played last, and the game has moved on. Graphics have moved on. I think they've updated the graphics engine slightly. It looks a lot lovelier, a lot crisper than what it used to. Maybe it's just me upgrading my machine. They've also introduced new classes, new races, and I thought I'd start up a new character, and I realised that I only had two. You start off with two character slots, and both of them were used. I didn't want to delete either of those characters because they were my first characters that I made. So I popped onto the Zen store, bought some Zen, and bought some character slots, and I created a Sun Elf Wizard. And I think can we see my bio? Where's my bio? Is there a button here that says bio somewhere? No. I'm probably missing a really obvious button that says biography, history, powers, companions, mount, appearance. Is it appearance? No. As I say, I'm probably missing a really obvious button that says biography right here, mate. Oh, there we go, history. What a surprise! I'm a wizard. Get over it. On a good day, I can make things go bang. That's my bio for the time being. I do like giving my characters back history and backstory. Um, it's a way of getting a connection with your character. Allows you to immerse yourself into the gaming world that you're entering in and playing in. Something kept on popping up. There is an NPC over there, a monster. Ah, spiders. Great. I think I'm using some form of cold disintegration beam or something. It's doing some damage, but not a lot. That's alright. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, I do like giving my characters a bit of backstory, and I will develop some kind of history for. So it's just a real life situation taking place. So anyway, yeah, I do like to. It's a way when you create your biography for your character. It's a way of having a connection with the character, making it your own. Personalizing it. Like what it wears. Why can't I? He's saying that I can't attack it, but yeah, I can see it. Why can't I attack it then? Maybe I wasn't close enough. Well, I do like this beam thing that I do. So your history, yeah, history. A way of personalising your character, make a little bit of history about yourself, and then away you go. It feels more more of a character that you want to play rather than just playing a generic sun elf wizard whiz bang whatever and that everybody else plays. Your character has some story. It doesn't do anything to the game. It doesn't make you get extra points or anything. Although a nice backstory, they should do a competition where people could post their backstory for their characters and enter a competition. I think that'd be quite an interesting way to get recognised. Still though, what affect the game that you're playing and the style of game you want to play. If you want to be an obnoxious twat, then be an obnoxious twat. The gaming community will soon let you know that you're being an arsehole and you'll end up changing your ways. The community on the Neverwinter servers seems to be fairly friendly. I haven't had any major issues lately. And even back when we used to play back 6 years ago, um, the community was pretty good. So there's nothing bad to say about them. There's seem to be an okay bunch of people. So if you fancy playing a dungeon crawl style game and you want to, yeah, bloody hell. And you fancy playing a dungeon crawl style game, then I do recommend Neverwinter. It's free to play. Just visit the Arc Cryptic. Cryptic user like an installed browsers type style setup called Arc. Download that, install it on your machine, and then install the game. They also, their other flagship game that they manage is Star Trek Online, which we also play, which is an amazing game, frankly. Well, I didn't set them on fire, so why are they on fire? See, they're not. They aren't. All right, so they get set on fire by everyone. It's not just yourself. Okay. I thought it was instance just for me, and other people it would. Yeah, they set that on fire. I'm pretty sure I didn't set that one over there on fire. Oh, that's it. No more sparkly. And you can't really get lost in the game. You always got your quest tracker sparkly trail thing that tells you where to go. Um, and if it's a dungeon that you're going to be going into, you get like a sparkly thing on the roadside or like a halo with a sparkly dot. Come on. Eventually, as I level up, that was a bit hectic then. As I level up, I will start to come to be more dependent on voice attack and start controlling the game with voice attacks. I'll set up commands and what have you as I go through the game. Currently I've got things like dodge back, dodge left, dodge right. No, they're not. So yeah, so eventually I'll be increasing my list of voice commands as I progress through the game. There's more of these skills and abilities and stuff that appear down here and off to the left and right become available. I'll start binding them to keys and then putting them into voice attack, so I can use voice commands to activate them. For those of you are wondering now about voice attack and why I use it, there's a charity which you can find on our YouTube page, on our channel. A charity based in the UK called Special Effects. They're a UK based charity that help disabled people into gaming for the first time and gamers that used to game back into gaming, that have suffered some form of trauma to their life that's left a debilitating disability. Like myself, I suffered a horrendous stroke 3 years ago, and I thought my gaming days were over until they showed me that they don't have to be over. And so with a little help from those guys and girls down at Special Effects, and a bit of patience from friends, and the use of a mouse with extra buttons on the side like the Naga Razor, but I don't use a Naga Razor, I use a Logitech G something or other. Sorry, can't give you any more details on that. G something 03 I think it is. 603 I think. It's got 6 little buttons on the side that I can operate with my thumb, and so I can basically run around like this just from pressing one of the buttons on the side, and I can dodge with it as well. Eventually, with the increase of the toolbar down there, I will end up binding some of those keys to voice commands, so I will be able to use voice commands to activate the spell effects and what have you. And dodging as well. And so it's allowed me to get back into gaming in a way that I never thought possible. I thought that was it. That was the end of my days for gaming. But it's going to be tragic. And voice attack, I use it in Store. I use it in Star Trek Online. I use it for Guild Wars 2. Use it in single player games like Cyberpunk 2077, The Witcher 3 series. I used it in The Witcher 3. Yeah, I need a thievery kit for that. I found an object. What was it? A law book. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is what I was on about with the sparkly pathways. You get like little sparkly halos that appear like this that tell you where there's dungeon entrances. This obviously means that there's some form of encounter that's going to take place inside this room. So you get halos like this on the ground sometimes and in areas, so there's going to be an encounter somewhere, so it's probably downstairs. Let's go upstairs first. Oh, I can't. Right, so I've got to go downstairs and probably open up the trapdoor for the upstairs. So I interacted with that and opened up a doorway. As I say, I'll be increasing my list of voice commands as I slowly progress through the game. These skills will come available to me and I'll bind them to a voice command which allows me to activate them. Don't know what voice command I'm going to use. It will have to depend on what the skill is. Okay. Let's Well, it's pretty intense, especially that aspect. What was that? That was 7. I actually reached over for that. Let's find out what ability that is. Oh. It changed. Bloody horse, but it changed. Oh, was it the horse? That was the horse's effect then, I guess. I need a kit. You get these little shrine type things like this, and you need specific tools to dismantle the shrine. If it's a feathery shrine, it's basically like a node, a bit like a harvesting node where you can harvest raw materials, which I think you can then use for crafting later on. So there's always something that you can obtain. As I say, I don't have any of these kits that allow me to dismantle them. As you do dungeon crawls like this. In your efforts to find the ancient sword of whatchamacallit, or the rings of power of blah blah person. Ah, a boss. Oh right, so that's what that's for. Skill above the door. First level boss. I wonder if actually that increases, like you get 2 skulls above a doorway for a second level boss and 3 skulls for the big bad boss, or a skull with a crown. Be a nice touch if it is. Probably not though. I'm probably reading too much into it. It's probably just decoration. Can't see any other NPCs. Open the crate. I found the crown of Thingy-me-bob. Recover the crown of Thingy-me-bob. I've got it. I've got the crown. Great. I'm going to be coming back as the conquering hero. I'll accept the new orb of mastery. And there's a scroll. A scroll of the much reading is to be had here. So yeah, so that's a difficult dungeon crawl. The sort of thing that, as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, that we missed. That there's a reward, there's a quest item that I've obtained. I'm now going to take this quest item back to the NPC, and he's probably going to turn into the king or something or other, or the queen, whoever it was. Can't remember who actually gave me the quest now. And I shall be rewarded for my efforts. Thank you, noble hero. You have returned the crown of somewhere in the distance of Tun.
Down with Neverwinter!
Oh man, this is going to be a nightmare. I think we'll just run away and hope that I survive.
You are against us!
Run away! Oh no, I'm dead. Stop shooting at me, you bullies. Been knocked unconscious. Oh, there's a player over there. Are you gonna res me? No, I won't either. Gonna have to remember that. Don't just go running off after you leave a dungeon. There might be some baddie still around. That's what's that? Shift 2. Shift 2 to release. Warning, your blessing spirit will send you back to your... Yeah, okay, no worries. Well rested, that'll do. Right, now follow the trail. Let's get on my horse. Just in case there's other NPCs gonna be around here.
You can't stop us!
Out of line of sight with a great big door that's right in front of me. And I think it's the Enclave. Yeah. Okay. Go back to the Enclave. And it's Sergeant Knox, I believe. That's dreadful timing. Run off. Yes, I've done this. Let's go. No. There's monsters everywhere. Bad guys. I'll have to remember that. Oh, embarrassing. And so, yeah, so you follow your little quest trail like this, sparkly quest trail. You can never really get lost.
Protector's Enclave needs your help. crown of Neverwinter is back in the vault. The National Rebellion is over, and Karzar's many victims have some
I've
justice.
killed the big bad
I knew you
guy.
were the one to watch, but this... this is more than I could have dared hope for.
Yeah.
I think I almost dismissed you that day on the Sleeping Dragon Bridge. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad you've come to Neverwinter. But it ain't over yet.
Random mumbling, 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 mumbling. Level 11. Wow. That's fast. Trouble in the Tower District. Invoking the gods. So I guess these are 2 new quests that I can take because they're in yellow.
There's trouble brewing in the Tower District. The Manioros orcs have taken over the area, and the Neverwinter Guard could use some help dealing with them. Considering your success in Blacklake, I think you might be just what we need. Go to the Tower District and meet with Sergeant Creed at the Fallen Tower Tavern. He can tell you more.
Okay. And invoking the gods.
You should go see Aralyn the Pious, an invoker who spends most of her time by the altar here, the Shrine of the Gods. She can advise you how to invoke the power of the gods.
Yes, I'll accept that quest as well. I think the invoking the gods is up here. Don't mind me, coming through, coming through. Hello, fellow players.
Hello. So, you want to learn to invoke? Invocation is a powerful skill.
So,
which
you want
may
to
use
learn to
in any
invoke?
rest zone. A rest zone is an area of
Blah,
blessed
blah, blah, blah.
ground,
It's really easy.
radiating
Just
with the
raise your
influence
voice,
of the gods, like the ground around this altar.
praising the gods, and away you go. Well done.
Whenever you invoke, you will receive gifts for your devotion. Try it now, or
Fantastic.
whenever you can, in order to receive the favor of the gods. Welcome to the Shrine of the Gods.
So I can invoke the gods now, and that's Control I. So I'll get some blessings and XP and stuff. Or if I was to quote Tyrion, where's the god of tits and wine? I want to raise a glass to the god of tits and wine. Raise a statue to the god of tits and wine. Pardon for my vulgarity. So this dude, he's got a quest marker on his head because he's got an exclamation mark. So we'll see what he wants.
Bahamut, grant us the strength to face the trials ahead.
He must be one of the Dragonborn. So, go around this way. Why did I... Why was I teleported all the way over here? Because that person did a shrine thing and teleported me. That's not fair.
Well met, hero of Neverwinter.
Well met, Mr. Dragon Creature with spiky arms. How are you today? Don't breathe fire on me.
Ah, the hero of Neverwinter has arrived. It is good to finally meet you. I look forward to fighting side by side with you against the Cult of the Dragon.
Really? Okay. Quest complete. I've met him. Well met. Well met.
The evil chromatic dragons are our mortal enemies. When word reached us of the Cult of the Dragon's activities, we decided to lend our aid against them. Our priests also believe that there may be another threat.
So the evil coloured dragons. That's what chromatic means. So the red, black, blue, green. But not the metallic dragons like gold, silver, platinum and iron.
We have brought a sizable force. Many of our warriors are operating outside of Protector's Enclave, doing what they can to further our mission and to help the people of Neverwinter. It's a fine city you have here. Your people's rebuilding efforts are well done, and many of us have been impressed with your and other heroes' efforts to keep it safe. I suspect that some of my warriors will opt to stay here after our mission is done.
Goodbye, Mr. Dragon Person. Well, I've met him. Up here. That's strange. Goes up through the center of the step. Another quest NPC there.
Well met. Hello there. Are you interested in a battle of wits? I'm apprenticed to a rather powerful and eccentric wizard. My master has hidden a number of scrying orbs throughout
Really?
the Sword Coast. When activated, the orbs give the user a bird's eye view of the surrounding area. I have already located the orbs in Protector's Enclave, but I could use help locating the others. Please visit the orbs in Protector's Enclave to familiarize yourself with them. Keep your eyes peeled for any other orbs you may come across in your travels.
Okay. So there's the first one. Ah, that looks lovely. Is the one up there? No. Down the steps we go. To another gate. The Tower District. Oh yeah, there was an NPC I've got to go and meet down here. Oh, there he is. Hello there.
May Tempest give you strength. Good luck out there. The Many Arrows orcs are known for their savagery and sadistic cruelty. We've had reports of orcs torturing our soldiers around Joaquin Way, on the rise south of the Fallen Tower Tavern. Thin out their numbers and return here. We must send a clear message to the orcs. Some of our Neverwinter Guard patrols have gone missing while exploring Joaquin Way. We fear they've been captured or killed by the Many Arrows
Our
orcs.
guards have gone missing.
If there are any soldiers left alive,
We don't know what's happened to
they
them.
must be
They're
rescued
probably drunk, mate, in
before
the
orc
tavern.
torturers get a hold of them.
Is that just being too stereotypical? Let me have a look at my quest log. So those are the only 2 quests I've got, right?
You looking for work?
You have reached the end of the questing area. Up here. And around. is that? So, more.
You die now! Slaughter for crows!
Oh well.
The Neverwinter Guard requires assistance.
more growth! to the head!
But we've thinned their numbers, at least. Well done. You saved those guards from a fate worse than death. Before we secured the road between the Fallen Tower Tavern and the Neverwinter Guard Post, the journey was treacherous. We tried sending dispatches through Peddler's Path by courier, but they never arrived. We fear the couriers are dead, but the information they carried is still valuable. Recover a lost dispatch from a courier bag around Peddler's Path and bring it to Captain Janros at the Neverwinter Guard Post. Have a minute? Hail, adventurer.
For grunts!
Well done. Those dispatches contained important information. It's a good thing the orcs were more concerned with waylaying our people for treasure than they were with these papers. Carry on.
May Uthgar grant you strength. Are you ready to die a heroic death?
How are you, friend?
The bards will sing our glory.
The tides of elven culture and power in this world have receded far enough. I would see us rise again. Long ago, the kingdom of Illifan stretched out for hundreds of miles, encompassing even the city of Neverwinter. Humans settling here was acceptable. But orcs invading this deep into our ancient land, a travesty. I have spoken to the captain and offered aid. Elven archers are prepared to assist in the defense of the Tower District, but we must choose our positions carefully. Take these beacons and place them at the points I've marked on your map. An archer will arrive at each beacon, though you'll have to protect the beacon from orcs until they arrive. Are you prepared for the task?
Are you ready to die a heroic death? Are you ready to die a heroic death?